my presentation of my website. This is probably going to be a little bit different tutorial than you've seen because my hard drive crashed, and so I no longer have my website. So I ended up making a new video to replace it, but I did recover a couple images. I'll go ahead and show you before I start, such as this blue screen here. It's pretty nice, and a white screen. It's always good to look at. So part 1, the original project, which is also lost. Description of project. My main goal was to build a website for my mowing business, which I did start to accomplish until my hard drive crashed. So the end result was, well, something else. And then I wanted to, and part of this was designing a logo. And I will say I was able to design a logo. Cross that off. But as you know, my hard drive crashed, and so we'll just take that right off. But I have restarted to design a new logo, so we'll halfway cross that off. So next step, get first website designs going. I did get this going, in fact, and I was able to kind of get a visual of what I wanted, which was nice. I had a roadmap of what I needed to do, but yeah, it all is lost now. I had the main design, feel, and shape for each page, the home page. I wanted to have it done by the end of the project, including the banner navigation bar. I never expected to finish this project in 4 weeks, but I wanted a good start on it. Mastery of technology used, tools and applications. Adobe Illustrator, Fireworks, Photoshop, and Dreamweaver. It was all kind of intertwined with each other because, well, Dreamweaver is what you use to write in your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but then you also need Illustrator, Fireworks, and Photoshop to make images such as my logo, make a banner for my webpage. W3 Schools, it's a great resource and tool. It has a great library for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and also is really good for learning. And then SitePoint had a great guide to help build a navigation bar that I followed. And honestly, all my resources worked great that I can remember. I didn't really have any problems, and I really felt confident before the great crash of what I wanted to do with my website. But I learned to back up more often is kind of what the end result of this project was, and you'll see more on that later. Project plan review. It was a big project, and I attempted it. I was following the plan fine for the most part. I kind of got a little behind right at the end, but I would have been okay to finish with what I wanted to get done. No major plan adjustments at first before my hard drive crashed. Then I had to adjust my plan then. And yes, project results again. A little blue screen. Found this white screen too. Thought it would be nice. Overview of entire project. I learned to back up more often. That's pretty much what I learned. If I would have redone my project, I would have backed up right before my hard drive crashed. Obviously, it would have been nice if there could have been like a little timer on my screen saying when my hard drive was going to crash. That way I could have backed up right before then. But honestly, my biggest successful moment was I could picture the website in my head. That was the best part because I knew what I was going to do, where I wanted to go with it. Problem solving was huge because I had to come up with a new idea because I lost everything. Part 2, the replacement / backup project. And it is in the cloud right now, so I will hopefully never lose it unless Google servers crash or something like that. So description of this project was my main goal was to motivate / scare others to back up their computers more often, such as myself, hopefully. And I don't want others to go through the same thing. My plan was to make a very short video about becoming a victim of my hard drive crashing. And the end result was pretty successful for the most part. Mastery of technology used. I learned a lot about just the camera in general. I've really never done much filming. I learned a lot about ISO adjustment and lighting to help make my film the way I wanted. It was kind of hazy and grainy at first, but I was able to adjust my lights and ISO to get it a little better. It's still a little fuzzy, but for a first time video with a DSLR, I thought it turned out pretty good. I also had to record this whole thing by myself, so that brought in its own challenges as well. Original plan was to be like some sad animal shelter commercial. That kind of changed. I think it was for the good, though. Project plan review. There was no project plan review because this was last second. Impulse, go with your gut. I just had to kind of record and go, and hopefully I had everything when I record. I mean, it would have been nice if I had some guide of what I needed to do, but no, just go for it. And the project results, I'll put this off for a second. Overview of entire project. I learned lighting is key. I actually shot this whole thing twice because the first time after looking at it on my computer, I did not like the lighting, so I redid it. Like I said, a storyboard would have helped, but I made it through. And then in part 2, not as much problem solving because I pretty much done all the problem solving in part 1, such as coming up with this idea. And the most successful moment was when I was done filming, because editing really wasn't that bad. I just had to match the words with my mouth, which actually wasn't. It was a little easier than what I expected.